Let's put it that way. As we walk through the streets of Massachusetts with the beautiful angle, looking at nice green trees, it looks like it might be a little overcast there, unless that's just the way the camera's working. From the Athletic, hey, there he goes, Sam Amick. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, gentlemen. I forgot. You're so picky about your camera angles, Dave.
No, I love it. Look, I'm picky about the camera angles. I wanted to compliment you, by the way. I know you work for The Athletic. As you know, I have a couple subscriptions there, one for me, one for my son. I want you to pass on to whoever is in charge of this. I don't know if it's Jonathan Athletic, the owner, or whomever it may be. I wanted you to pass on. I'm really enjoying the alerts asking me to grade a lot of these games that are happening in baseball and all that different stuff. I love the interaction. It's amazing. So give them the big thumbs up, would you?
I will. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. Thanks for calling customer service.
All right.
The best part. First of all, I'm gonna jump in. I love our semi routine, walking with Sam segments. So
from
the unique
Boston.
part of this, I'm on the Freedom Trail, man. I'm out here with the tourists, walking to TD Garden. But of course, you hit me as I'm at like the peak of this massive hill. So if you hear a little heavy breathing, just, don't judge me here.
Yeah, Sam's working out, guys. Yeah, for those of you on the radio, he's walking. We're not, anyway. Sam, I'm confused. Can you help me? I think Jason is confused too.
Always.
So we thought it was going to be JJ Redick in LA, and now it appears that it'll be Dan Hurley, maybe, but we don't know. You're the one with all the connections to Jeannie Buss and the whole, no one's more connected to the Lakers than you are, buddy, over the years. What the hell is going on in Los Angeles?
Well, I was hoping you would keep, I think we're good, talking for a second. There was a hot rod coming by showing off his engine, so we're good now. They kept it pretty quiet, very quiet. And it definitely appears now, out of nowhere, out of nowhere from a media public standpoint, that Mr. Hurley is seriously in the running, and an offer has been made. They are trying to convince him to make the jump to the NBA. Obviously an incredible record in college, and a guy who, this is what I love about the internet. It takes like 5 seconds for people to find all the old stuff. Like, irony of ironies, there's a great clip of JJ Redick interviewing Dan Hurley and really talking about, his philosophy and the type of stuff that would probably make you want to hire Dan Hurley over JJ Redick.
Right. Sam Amick on the Freedom Trail. He's trying to talk. Can he hear us? I think they
took his freedom.
No, because there was a little bit of a matrix there. It went, and then, I think Sam has now noticed he can hear us, but we cannot hear him. Is that a Sam issue? It is a Sam issue?
Oh,
now he's got to try to figure out. Now he's got to do the old man thing where because there's probably nothing he's done. How's he going to mute? How's he going to mute himself?
It looked like he was trying to take a call.
Oh, and he muted himself?
No, I think he was like trying to get a call, and then he tried to end it.
Because he's got the AirPods in.
Yeah.
Sam, reach into your phone and hit mute, or should I say unmute? Oh, we just lost him. All right, we're gonna reconnect, unless of course. Maybe Sam was getting breaking news right there, and he had.
Yeah, that could have been Dan Hurley or JJ Redick.
I heard
it pop back in.
I hear the bloop. There he is, live from Boston. Sam Amick. Sam, you were giving us the TikTok on the whole. I think we lost you right around JJ Redick interviewing Dan Hurley and making you want to hire Dan Hurley. Something like that. What happened?
Lost him again.
We lost him again. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, look. Hey, when it breaks, we're here with breaking news. I'll tell you this much, Chris. Let's do this. We'll get him back.
Shorter.
We'll get him.
Hey, we're back.
There we go. Sam. Hi.
Good Lord. Well, and more irony of ironies, or blame our Lakers beat writer who called me in the middle of the segment. And
So was that? So that wasn't Dan Hurley then?
no, Dan Hurley wasn't calling.
Okay, all right.
We're back. I'm getting heckled by neighbor John and Jody. So I'm very sorry for letting y'all down.
Yeah, tell him to shut up. We're doing a show. We don't want you
Right.
to mute your phone again. Anyway, so we don't know what the hell's going on in LA.
No, I mean, it does. It seems like Dan's the priority. So Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, it's funny. They conducted this search differently. They were not as inclusive with their own staff. Even the Buss brothers who work in the front office and other people that are part of the program, when they hired, Darvin Ham, everybody kind of knew what was going on and everybody had the same talking points. Jeannie and Rob went into the bunker for this one when it comes to Dan. Obviously chose not to let that get out. And then, and now it does. And only they know. And I do wonder, like, once the reporting had swung so far in JJ's direction, because that's what everybody thought was happening, was that their incentive for saying, okay, let's bring Dan's name into the conversation. But, we'll see if he takes it. He's talked in the past about wanting to make the jump to the NBA, showed some interest, and we'll see what happens next.
Sam, I'd be curious. Instinctually, I feel like just the name sounds better, and that's no shot at JJ Redick. He hasn't coached yet. Maybe he would be great. But I think Hurley makes a lot of sense. But the pushback I guess I would have would be, how would he be different than past coaches that coached college that for whatever reason didn't have the same NBA success? What do you think he'll be if he is given the job as a head coach in the NBA?
Well, I mean, the one that kind of under the radar, he hasn't won a championship, but he's pretty successful, is, Billy Donovan's a good NBA coach, coming out of Florida, obviously started off with the Durant, Westbrook group in the Thunder, makes his way from there. So he comes to mind. I don't know him at all. I don't know his style all that well. It did certainly get my attention that, LeBron had tweeted some positive things about him not too long ago, and you always feel like that sort of stuff matters in Lakerland. But watching these interviews, he's a pretty dynamic guy, and he had me kind of wanting to run through a wall with one of the segments I saw. Will that work at the NBA level where you're not motivating kids? I'm not sure.
Sam Amick of The Athletic joining us live from Boston ahead of tonight's NBA Finals Game 1, 6 p.m. Pacific. Sam, tinfoil hat on. Well, if JJ Redick is doing his podcast and he and LeBron are besties, and that was the guy and for LeBron, and he's a free agent and his kid's being drafted probably. You also have heard that Anthony Davis allegedly has a preference for James Borrego. Now they decided to go with Dan Hurley, a college coach with zero NBA experience. So maybe the Lakers found out that LeBron James might not be staying and are looking at a rebuild and think Dan Hurley's the right guy as opposed to having JJ Redick there with LeBron on another team.
You really need like an actual tinfoil like sponsor for the show.
Yeah, I need like that Alex Jones tinfoil meme where I need that hat to put on with a little. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I guess where I'm seriously going with that question is you understand the dynamics of power more than we do within the Lakers organization. Is your instinct that are they talking to LeBron and or AD about this stuff or no?
LeBron, I'm not sure. It seems like he stayed out of it. AD, I think the answer is yes. And really, I don't think, LeBron, for as great as he still is 39. And as somebody put it to me, and this is not a Lakers person, but close to it, is like, they love him and they're excited that they think he'll probably be coming back. But, there will be life, post LeBron in Lakerland, and Anthony Davis has a lot to do with that. So I don't think LeBron's pulling the strings on this one. And I actually think that, for me, in my role and the stuff I enjoy doing, I look forward to talking to Jeannie Buss about this once it's all said and done, to find out the part that she played. If I had to guess, I think, this feels like her saying, damn it, if we're changing coaches again, we're going to go big, and we're going to go big in the kind of way where we're not doing it for a long time. It's funny because Pat Riley came to mind, or, has come up in the conversation in relation to Redick, where the Lakers were supposedly infatuated with Redick and saw him as a possible Riley-type hire. Well, Dan, he's got a lot more experience and success than Pat did when he took over the Lakers as a head coach. But there's part of me that says that a few of the themes are dynamic personality, a presence, and I think, if I had to guess, she's trying to swing big, and she and Rob are trying to get something done.
And if that's the case too, Sam, I got to believe they're not going to stop at the coach, right? Do you anticipate them, no matter what kind of flexibility they have, are they going to try to add to that? You anticipate them being aggressive in free agency or in trades?
Yeah, I do. I think they're going to go start shopping again. Now, yet again, as we feel like every year, talk about with the Lakers, is it, like Trae Young has come up in the media, right? And that just makes no sense to me. Like, I don't see him making them. We're now running through Boston. Trying to cross the street there. A guy like that is a name. I don't see him taking them to the next level. So then it's, Donovan Mitchell, DeJounte Murray, who might it be? But yes, I think they're going to be aggressive. They know, this window is incredibly small at this point. So I think it'll be a pretty interesting Lakers summer.
Sam Amick of The Athletic walking through Boston as we speak on his way to Mavs shoot-around. By the way, Sam had communicated this earlier with shoot-around happening. We might go a little short. Sam, just let us know when you got to go. Whenever just say, hey, I got, last question or whatever, we can do that on the air. Also, we were wondering, if they're shooting around, what the hell do you have to do?
Rebound?
Do what I do. Observe. It's my old job.
Just observing. Oh, hey, yeah. Let me help you out. Oh, hey, Luka made that three. Well, great pass from Kyrie. Oh, hey, this guy's doing a jump rope. There you go. There's your report.
I'm going to go sit courtside and antagonize Luka and just try to get him to yell F-bombs at me in anticipation of this evening.
Speaking of unnecessary antagonization, which I don't think is a word, we have not spoken since Mike Brown got his contract wrapped up. You and I did speak off the air about, certain people involved in the negotiating party returning to the roost, if you will, and maybe wrapping stuff up. I don't know if that's the case or not. Who knows? But that whole – Sam, can I just say that whole thing was weird? And just from your experience, you have any idea why that got weird? You know what I mean?
I do. It's part of it is it's like the Lakers thing, right? We're like, there's always going to be somewhat of a disconnect between what's happening internally and what's getting reported. So that's kind of the macro 2 cents I would share. But I think the weird part, what was the final number in the end? I'll be honest, that's like, it's 3 for, I want to say 27. Is that?
Yeah, bonuses? It's like 3 for 27, and then what, Jason? Isn't there bonuses that can get it up to 10 or so? Yeah.
Well, whatever the numbers were, my first thought was, we try our best to report as much as possible, but like the bonuses matter a lot. You know what I mean? Like what are they? What is it? Just getting to the playoffs? Is it? Do you have to win the championship all 3 years? What are the bonuses? Because that makes a big impact on the money, and I do think. Again, we're all, at least me, I'm always trying to not necessarily tell you every transaction that's happening, but help you understand why certain things happen. Like Mike, for sure, I think, was not feeling the process when it comes to the numbers that were being given to him in relation to the market. We've talked about Jamal Mosley in the past, the Orlando coach who had got an extension recently, and I think his deal was being used as a comp. I know, and I'm in the same boat, like these guys, they all make so much money, you tend to go, oh, get over it, it's a big deal, just sign it. Well, that's just not how it works. Like, you want to feel respected, and if you look around the industry, you're a guy like Mike Brown who's been a head coach in 3 spots. done a lot of things in this business. Coached some of the best players who ever played the game, and has had a good run, even with the Kings not making the playoffs. As we talked about, like it is no small thing to have a winning record in Sacramento. So he wanted to get rewarded, and I think for a minute it was not looking good.
Yeah, how shaky do you think that was, Sam? I mean, I know that that's part of negotiations. Feelings can get hurt, and so on and so forth. But was there ever any real risk there that this wouldn't happen?
I think there was, and hopefully there's some serious background noise here, guys. I'm sorry. I think there was, and I mean, really, in the days leading up to the deal getting done, I remember talking at our place about it, and the handicapping that we were doing was, I think they might go into the season without a deal. So, again, over time, maybe we learn more. Dave, you kind of alluded to Martina Coatranis maybe playing a part. She's, a big-time negotiator in that space. And I don't know what got it over the finish line, but I think the stuff that preceded it was real.
Sam Amick joining us. Well, now that that's done, not to put you on the spot, but just yes or no, are the Kings going to re-sign Malik Monk? I was kind of joking there, by the way. I was putting you on the spot and asking for a yes or no. I know you don't know, but what's your gut on that right now? Did we just lose him?
Oh, right at like the peak answer.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Here we go. That was perfect timing for your feed to go out, dude.
That wasn't my fault. There's no way to know, man. Like, you got to know Malik's market. You got to know what Orlando's going to do. You got tied to Detroit the other day. I saw James Edwards, our Pistons beat writer, had written about that. You can't know. You got to, unless you can really know if each of these teams are going to, what kind of bag they're going to put on the table in front of them. That's how that thing is going to unfold. I don't think he's just, waiting in the wing to take whatever the Kings want to offer. So that one is going to have to, I think, develop as free agency goes along.
Sam, you're obviously in Boston for the finals. What are you working on there? What's kind of your approach to? You generally just don't cover the games and the results. What are you kind of working on?
The strategy, which honestly is a lot of fun this time of year, is on game night, is to kind of work the locker room, talk to different people, and basically try to find something different. You're right. I don't want to just write about how Luka had 35 points and the Mavs won, in double overtime. One of my favorite stories of the playoffs, just in terms of your question about type of coverage, is the one we talked about, I think, with Aaron Gordon of the Nuggets getting uninvited to the team dinner because they had won games after he didn't go to dinner with his teammates, and everybody got superstitious. And that, that story came from talking to guys after the game. So it's trying to find something different. I wrote about Chris Finch of the Timberwolves jumping out of his seat from the second row, even though he had the torn patellar tendon, and yelling at the refs and deciding that his team needed to see him kind of have a rocky moment. So it's kind of fun. You look for moments. Funny, a couple years ago, this is way much TMI, I guess, but when the Warriors went to Chase Center and the media seats got worse, my guy Anthony Slater and I started using binoculars at the game. And I now use them everywhere because you can just pick up things just kind of looking around and at these games and studying, demeanor in the huddle, things that are getting said. We joked earlier about it, like, what am I going to do and shoot around? Like that is the job, is observing and picking up things and inquiring and then trying to get a story out of it.
Can I give you an idea?
Sure.
So, everyone's talking about Kyrie's return to Boston, right? And will they boo him and how hardcore and everything there? But I don't see anything about Kristaps Porzingis returning to Dallas. And I think that's really maybe the biggest storyline of the finals, Sam. Oh, come on. We lost him again at that awesome joke. I deadpanned it and everything.
All right. Don't worry. I heard the joke. My phone is glitching. and I hate to bring our weekly visit to an abrupt end. I think I am going to jump because I've gone the wrong way, and every time I look at the map, I'm losing y'all. So it's I'm up against it here. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, well, think about the Porzingis thing and get back to us.
Sam is in Dallas.
David,
He's in the wrong
look
city.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the pictures of Porzingis at media day yesterday. There was like 72 reporters around him. So I think people are talking about that storyline, buddy.
All right, well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Sam Amick, Sam Amick wandering aimlessly through Boston. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll read his coverage on the Athletic and stuff.
We're in Medford now.
Just turn left at the oak tree, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right, guys. Thanks.
See
Bye.
ya. That's Sam Amick.